I'm Paul Brodie, back in the shop. We have a guy named Mitch. He's behind the cameras, and we're doing the BSA today. I've got the BSA all apart. Got an engine here, frames over there, and I took a photo yesterday of all the parts that need to be painted black. Mitch is going to show that to you. I got 34 parts that have to be spray painted black. It's a lot of black. I got a Fred story for you. That guy named Fred, some of you have heard of him. He's the guy that assembled this bike and did things. So I got the latest update on Fred. He's passed away, so it doesn't matter what I say. Okay, this is the wiring diagram. And no, it's not the diagram. This is the wiring harness. And I took the bike apart, so I had to take off the back fender and things like that. So I took off the tail light. And you see here, there's a couple of connectors where you can take it apart. And at the other end of the wire is a couple other connectors where you can take it apart. So what does Fred do? He cuts it right in the middle. Great, Fred. So that's my Fred story for today. What I'm going to do is to take the motor apart. So my bedside reading for the last 3 nights has been the workshop manual as I go over what's involved in taking the motor apart. I've never taken one of these apart ever, so this will be a brand new experience. And hopefully it goes smoothly. Thanks for tuning in. I took the forks apart and to my astonishment, well, not really, one spring is longer than the other. This one is 10 3/8, and this is 11. So this one somehow was lost 5/8 of an inch. So I'm searching for a spring. I think I might have found one. So more BSA stuff. So I'll take off the cylinder head first, because at some points I'm going to have to hold the engine, and I can put a wrist pin through the upper end of the connecting rod, and I can lock the engine that way. I think the bolts have to be plated. I'm going to send them out for nickel plating, because what Fred did, he put everything under the wire wheel, and it kind of made a finish, but it took off all the plating, so it's going to rust. So that's a bit of a problem. And having them plated is probably a little less money than ordering brand new. I'll get that piece nickel plated as well. I'm very interested to see what's inside the motor, what kind of shape it's in, because I really don't know. This is something else I need to fix. This is the rocker oil feed line. See, that's not very good. This needs to be larger. It's the right size of tube, but it's not very good. Although the engine ran with it like that, and it never popped off, so I guess the oil pressure going up to the rockers is not that great. Oh, see that? Splitting. Okay, so we'll take this off because we don't need that right now. And there we go. So these are the rockers, and if you look inside, if they get worn, it's on right there on the lobe, and they look fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Everything looks good. Reading in the manual, see how this one's red? That's the inside one. That's the exhaust, I believe, if I remember correctly. So, and I'm interested to see when this comes off, because if you remember, or if you're just new here, see here, I can't put a nut onto the stud because it's bent at an angle. Can you see that right there? Can you see how it's bent? And so the nut doesn't have any room, and the thread looks fine too. So how they bent it and didn't damage the thread, I don't know. So it's a little bit of a mystery there. You can't get a socket in here. That doesn't work. No, the 14 doesn't. It's very, very close, but it doesn't want to fit. So I need to use the 9/16. And what's happening is that these nuts, some of the hexes have been rounded a little bit, so it doesn't want to go down properly. Can you see here how, see that? It's kind of, yeah, someone's used a wrench and hasn't been the right size, and it's rounded a little bit. So that's why this doesn't want to fit properly. Like, okay, so that went down. It's not all the way down, but oh, now it's down. Okay, so let's see what happens. And it wasn't really all that tight. Now the wrench is stuck on the nut, but it's loose, so that's good, because okay. There's got to be a better way. Okay, so it's loose. So there it is. Oh yeah, look at, okay, let me show you this. See? Can you see how it's all hit and rounded? Yeah. That's why the wrench doesn't want to go on very well, because it's a damaged nut. Oh, the bent stud. That's why it's not coming off, the bent stud. Oh, okay, it's coming, I think. Don't want to hurt the fins. There we go, it's coming. A little bit of carbon, but nothing major. I had the engine working. It's got good compression, and there was no smoke coming out. So the bore is looking fine. I don't see any signs of seizing or anything. So how they put it in there, they got the ends of the circlip lined up perfectly with the slot. So I can't get my screwdriver underneath. So that's a little inconvenient. So I'll try a little tapping. Just want to move the circlip around. There we go. After all that, that's the circlip. Oh, that was close. Okay, so I can just I can put the piston and the rings back in. That won't be hard. Yeah, look at this. See here? That bolt, look at it. It's all mangled and hacked. Fred. Or somebody. I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos lately. Probably a little too many, but I've noticed a lot of AI. I'm getting better at sensing when it's AI, and I want you to know that in this our channel we have no AI. So what you see is what you get. It's all real. So we appreciate you watching. Looks like it's dirt or something in there. See all that stuff in there? That's not really normal. And look at that wire there is not very good. Okay, this is the chain tensioner. And there's a spacer here that I have to keep in mind. Let's see what happens. Oh, well, I don't think it was very tight. Okay, so now you can see the extent of what the nut looks like. What a terrible looking nut. Anyway, no, oh. That's not very good, how loose that is. Can you see how the keyway is rocking? So either the shaft is worn or the keyway is worn. Oh, there's a stack of clutch plates. Look at that. This is the clutch push rod. And it goes all the way through. I think that's the right size, but this nut is damaged. So it objects to going on. Oh. It's on. That was pretty easy. See all the bearings in there? I think those are all loose. Can you see them? They're like needle roller bearings. Ooh. Okay, so what's happening here is that the key came loose and it made a burr. Can you see that? So the sprocket only goes up to the burr. So okay. Yeah, see how that comes right over that now? It was a burr. I want to take off this because this gives me access to the sprocket here. You can't alter the sprocket or change the sprocket without taking off all this and the plate there. Okay, so I'm not sure if this is correct, but the manual says nothing. Oh. So it was on a taper. Okay, there's the taper. And there's the wood rough key. But that wasn't on there that tight. I think because the nut, it didn't get torqued down. Okay, so that's good. So this is basically off. We got the left side off. And take out the plate and we'll look at the sprocket. I need a new oil seal. And there's a felt washer that goes in here as well. It's missing the felt washer. If you look at the teeth here, can you see in here? That's pretty worn. Can you see that? This is worn. This is new. There's a lot of difference, isn't there? This one's kind of pointy. Huh. That's not going to work, is it? Okay, so I found a wrench, a 40 millimeter, which is not the right size, but it all depends how much torque is on. That's pretty tight. Okay, so I have to figure that out. Okay, let's work on the other side because we can take things apart there. And move, I think. There you go. Did you hear how the sound changed? That's how I knew it loosened. And the threads are still good because I used a brass implement. There we go. In the manual it says that these screws are 3 different lengths. And that's something I think the Japanese never do. If you take off a side cover, all of the Allen screws are the same length. So this is British. How's that? That was a lot of work to get out one screw. All right, so now the cover comes off. Oh, it's the burr again. Yeah, so the shaft, it's a little bit damaged there. Okay, there's the kickstart quadrant. This is the spring. Oh, look at that. Is that sawdust? Can you see that? Good thing I got this thing apart. Holy. I don't like these screws. I like Allen screws. Much nicer. And the more I take apart, the smaller my shop gets. I'll have 2 engines completely apart. Air Mackie over here and the BSA Spitfire here. I like having a project or 2, apparently. Well, that wasn't so tight. One tap it. Okay, well, inside the transmission, it looks pretty clean. And just having a quick look, I don't see broken gears or anything, so that's good. Oh, here's the cam right here. This is the cam, and it's not worn. It looks fine. So these are the lifters. And you see how this end here is a little narrower. Those face forward. That's what I learned. And they look fine. They've been used, but nothing wrong with those. That wasn't very tight. The gods are smiling. Look at that. Well, okay, so the flywheel is staying in the right side, which is okay. We got a sludge trap in the right side flywheel. I just want to have a look in that. After 59 years, the oil sludge trap plug is loosened. Okay, so it does go through. Anyway, it'll be good to get that all cleaned out. What an adventure, that's what I would say. Took a little longer than I figured, but that's how it goes. Hope you enjoyed the video and me working hard to take it apart. Thanks for watching. Mitch and I like coffees. If you buy us coffees, that really helps a lot. Please like, subscribe. See you next time.